All righty. Welcome in. Woo! About 30 minutes ago, we thought this would be the most boring show in show history, but there's a rejuvenated cast today.
Oh, my God.
As we head into the Final Four, we've got Mark Titus, we've got Dana Beers, we've got myself, and we've got White Boy Rick. Today we're brought to you. We are presented by Body Armor. Most of Hoops is presented by Body Armor Flash I.V., the official rapid rehydration drink of March Madness. Flash I.V. is packed with electrolytes, delivering faster, longer-lasting hydration without any artificial dyes, flavors, or sweeteners. Whether you're training, traveling, or just feeling the heat, work hard and hydrate hard with Body Armor Flash IV, the official rapid rehydration drink of March Madness. Grab it at 7-Eleven. Dana Beers, what flavor are you drinking?
I am drinking Tropical Punch. I've had a couple of these today. I went over to the United Center for the first game, handed out some Body Armor IV, Flash IVs to the people. I'm having another one when I got back to the stream in the office. Best thing ever.
Titus, give us a live
I'm
taste
gonna I'm gonna drink the orange in honor of Liam Blutman being the most orange man to ever live today when he was decked out in Tennessee gear going over to the United Center.
So orange.
I'm gonna drink orange for Blutman.
So orange.
And I'm going to drink the grape in honor of the sour grapes that we're going to have on this fucking show today.
There you go.
Listen, I see people in the chat already being like, are they going to recognize UConn? Are they gonna? Probably not. We're probably going to shit on Duke for the next 30 minutes,
probably.
if I'm being honest with you. But let me get a little grape in me.
I can't stop thinking about what just happened.
All right, boys, let me set the table. Duke was up 15 at the half, 44-29. Number one seeds up 15 at the half are 134 wins and 0 losses in tournament history. Duke held a 19-point lead in this game. Duke held a lead and had the ball with about 3 seconds left.
They're up 3.
They're up, right? Yeah, and then they
the free throw. They're up. Yeah, they're up 2 with the ball.
And they had a 2. I don't know how to describe it. They had the ball at half court, and if anything other than Boozer turning the ball over and Braylon Mullins hitting a 3-pointer from about half court happens, they are on to the Final Four as the number one overall seed. Unfortunately, Titus, that is exactly what happened.
I'm speechless, which is a bad thing to be when you have a microphone in front of your face. But that's how I feel. I'm gonna have to find the words. I don't know where to start. I mean, I'll just go all over the place, I guess. Like, Duke was dominating this game, frankly, in the first half. They were running away with it. They were too physical. UConn could not stop them to save their lives. Duke had 44 points in the first half. I expected this to be a good game. It was not in the first half. I expected it to be a defensive battle. It was not. It was just like we saw it 3 different games in these Elite 8 games where, you know, like the 2 yesterday were good in the first half, but then eventually it was like, okay, one team is very obviously better than the other. And that's what I felt like we were trending towards with this today. It was like Duke is just a better team. Ho-hum, let's yawn and stare at the clock and wait for the clock to hit 0, and then we'll start the show and just talk about how good Duke and Michigan were today. And then UConn just like, UConn's offense was atrocious, like just dreadful. And even in the second half, I didn't even think that it was like really that good. It was just Terrace Reed was carrying them. Caravan was awful. Solo ball was awful. Braylon Mullins was awful until he hits the final shot. Like all these, and Caravan hit a clutch shot. We'll tell you, like shout out to him for that. But like those 3 guys were so bad against the number 1 overall seed. And yet, in the second half, the defense, they just found a way. They kept chipping away. So many just dumb live ball turnovers from Duke kept UConn in this. And then Duke's defense, like, wasn't as strong. Like, obviously, the very last play, but Duke just got a little lazy defensively, very lazy offensively. UConn hung around. I still don't know how they won this game. I still am stunned. This is now back-to-back. And I'm not saying this because it's Duke. I'm not saying it because it's fun to shit on Duke. I'm saying it because it's just a fact. 2 of the worst chokes in the history of college basketball have happened in back-to-back years with the Duke Blue Devils. 2, like, all-time, if I live to be 150, I will remember both of them very vividly. Chokes have happened back-to-back with Duke. And that is what has ended Duke's seasons 2 years in a row. It's insane.
And we will – I have a lot of hypotheticals that I've come up with to ask this chat today, but can I get I don't know the breaking news sound? Jeff D. Lowe has jumped into the pool. Jeff D. Lowe
is just in the pool?
Jeff D. Lowe is in the pool right now. Shirt on.
Yeah, okay.
Shirt on. If we can get Jeff D'Lo's UConn win reaction, he has hurled himself into the pool in punishment for doubting them, for declaring it over.
Oh, he said it was over, so now he jumped in the pool. I see.
Here he goes.
Show me this video.
I'm outside. I don't know what to do with myself. We're going to jump in the pool. We get this fucking greatest comeback ever. One of the greatest shots ever. Back to the fucking Final Four. Oh, my God. Got to jump in the pool. One thing we can do.
Oh, he did it.
Wow. He just jumped in the pool.
Watch on.
All right, there you go. Just jump in the pool.
Does he have a waterproof phone?
I'll tee you up with a couple questions.
I'm stunned.
I don't want to.
Still stunned.
You're speechless, but let me tee you up. First one, Titus. Was this a player blown lead, or was this a coach blown lead, or was it a mixture?
A mixture. It was a mixture. I think. I mean, the coach. I think. I don't want to have the Shire conversation right now. I want to have it later in the show. We need to have the Shire conversation. This is too. The Shire's the one constant in both of these choke jobs. But the players, just some of the laziest passes. Like if Caden Boozer, was he at the moment the shortest guy on the court? I think Demery was probably out there with him. But point is, he's one of the smallest guys on the court. Catches a ball, is going to pass it to two guys who are wide open, jumps up and tries to throw it over the top. What the fuck are you doing? We're going to kill Shire. Don't get me wrong. We're going to absolutely kill Shire. But yeah, I think the players are also to blame. I think Duke's, it was just live ball turnovers. It was like guard to guard passes they got very sloppy with that allowed UConn to get easy buckets on the other end. And the UConn offense, like I said earlier, was just not good. They were struggling to score the basketball, and Duke would just hand them the ball and be like, "Here's a free breakaway layup. Hey, you guys can't score? We'll help you out. Now go make a layup, and we'll foul you as you make the layup, and then send you to the line." That was crazy. But Shire. Yeah, of course he's to blame. Of course he's to blame. He sits there and watches it happen, watches it unfold. I don't know what he's telling these guys. I don't know why. This is not just that it happened in this game. It's not just that it happened in the Final Four against Houston, although that was more of a condensed version where it was the final 2 minutes versus a slow train wreck that this one was. But yeah, it's not just that. It's last year when all the Duke games that we talked about were Duke, the game would get tight, Duke would take the air out of the ball. This became a constant thing, and I felt like after they beat Michigan this year, I remember that being a big talking point for me at least was good for them that they didn't choke in this spot, because this is something that has plagued them in the past. But it's back. I don't know. I still can't find the words, Tate. I don't know. Someone else talk. My head is spinning.
Dude,
that was fucking unbelievable.
It's just so cool.
A Duke collapse and Indiana Mr. Basketball hitting the game winner, the ideal scenario for you.
It's the greatest thing ever. That was
it was
pure, Rick. It didn't touch the rim. He was dreadful today.
Move.
He couldn't hit shit. Rico Bosco's over my shoulder talking about farms in Indiana, and he's
grew up on the farms.
He's besmirching Indiana basketball. Kids that are from Indiana, they can't shoot. And I had nothing to say. Braylon Mullins couldn't hit shit. And in the biggest moment,
after
nothing
the game,
but net.
He said that kid was born for that shot.
Ripped a hole in the net.
It's unbelievable to be sitting here and sitting in that cave and realize you are in that moment and you're going to remember where you were for that shot and for that game for years to come. Because to me, that's one of the most electrifying, memorable endings of any basketball game I've ever watched.
Because of the opponent, right?
Exactly.
Down
because
goes
of the stakes. It's Duke. And I feel a little bit vindicated because I've been saying that Duke just hasn't looked like themselves for 2 weeks now. And to me, it was just all right, they're going to keep giving it to Boozer down low. He's going to keep just bullying. And, you can do that so many times. But for whatever reason, it kind of felt like they stopped playing their game, and they just kept doing that instead of him getting it down low and maybe passing it out to Isaiah Evans or whatever. But, man, just it's awesome to be, as a huge college basketball fan, to just soak that moment in and be I'm going to remember this forever.
Rick, I'm giving you an assignment for the rest of the show. This is all I want you to work on. Just find tweets and stats and anything. Just be this is you brought up earlier, 124-0.
Here, I got one for you.
Yeah, I just want you to pop in and just be all right.
Just period.
I got a new stat. Duke was up 12 with 4 minutes left. Teams that are I want you to just keep doing that.
I got one for you
right
off the bat.
Go ahead.
For the first time in 42 and a half years, John Rothstein is speechless.
Wow.
That's a great stat.
Good stat.
That's a great stat. Yeah, crazy. I mean, obviously credit to UConn, but like this was a Duke choke. This was a Duke choke, and Terrace Reed is hopefully he is recognized as the hero that he was, because obviously without him, they're not even in a position for Mullins to hit the shot. Mullins is going to be the guy that has a shot played over and over and over again and gets to be like he's an icon. He's a March Madness icon for the rest of his life. But Terrace Reed was he kept him in the game.
100%.
He was the only offense they had for,
and he has been all tournament.
basically the entire night. He was freaking awesome. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. I really don't, because UConn was 1 for 18, I think, to start from 3-point line.
Mm-hmm.
1 for 18, and then they win it on the 3. They win it on
I think we
a
might
damn
have a
near
stat.
half-quarter.
We might have
First-
a
Go ahead.
stat.
First game-winning 3-point field goal in the final second of an Elite Eight game.
There we go.
There have been 6 in history, but that was the first 3.
First ever.
I am not the I'm not the biggest mock draft guy for the NBA, but what Terrace Reed has done in this tournament, I want him. If I'm an exec, if I'm a team, dude, he has been arguably the best player in the entire tournament so far.
I agree.
And I don't think this whole season we maybe might have said his name 5 times, but the fact that he's coming in here, he put 26 and 9, coming off of 2 games where he just absolutely dominated, or 3 games. It's incredible, and they would not be even close to where they are in this Final Four without him. And we just got to give him his credit, because, dude, he's been fucking crushing.
Well, and he's going to get his credit, and UConn's going to get their time in the sun. They get to be talked about all week, and then they get to play in the Final Four. I think right now we got to talk a little bit more about Duke.
Oh, yeah.
Titus, I'm going to give you
Lay it on.
a hypothetical.
Okay.
What was the bigger choke job? Was it Duke of 2025, who was a generational team with 2 of the best freshmen in the country, maybe 2 of the 2 best? They had a 14-point second half lead. They were up 6 with a minute to go in the Final Four.
Up 6 with like 33 seconds to go.
Houston got a technical foul, and they lose the game. Or was it this year's team, who was the number 1 overall seed, the National Player of the Year, had a 19-point lead and had a 17-point second half lead, but it was only the Elite 8. Titus, I ask you this: which was the bigger choke job?
Yes. Yes. It feels like it has to be this one. It has to be. But last year's team. Let's talk about it. Let's really talk.
Shake it
about
out. Shake out.
So this one was slower. This one was like a slow chip away. UConn didn't let the game. They were down 19, but they got it to 15 at half. They kept it around 10, then they got to 7 with how much time left? 7 minutes or so. They were around. If you turn the game on with 8 minutes left, it wouldn't have looked like that big of a choke.
The last big lead, the last extended lead, was 14 with 14 to go. So that, and then they cut it,
and then they started cutting. If you turn the game on late, you would have. Of course, it was a choke. It was no question about that. But you might have missed the context that Duke was running them out of the gym in the first half. So
they were up 10 with 6 to go. I will say
they were up 10 with 6 to go.
10 with 6 to go.
But this one just felt like a little bit slower of a train wreck. Whereas the Houston Duke game last year was just you blink and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Wait a second. They were looked like they were about to just dribble a clock out, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, they're losing? How did that happen? I think last year's team was better than this year's team, but I still think the circumstances that led to this loss today are insane. The last year, I don't know. I gotta go back and rewatch last year. I might do that tonight. I might just watch them both.
Break it
I might
down.
just watch them
Break
over.
it down.
I think maybe it's recency bias, but I think hitting a half-court shot, basically, just nothing but fucking net in your face, turning it over, having that chaotic play happen. And I think, Houston, again, UConn fans are going to be mad at me. Fuck, I don't even care. I'm just going to say how I feel. UConn didn't really play that well. UConn's last possession was dreadful. When Demery goes to the free throw line, he made missed the first and made the second. They had 27 seconds left, right? You remember this? And then they come out of the timeout and they're just aimlessly dribbling around, going nowhere. And then there's a foul on the perimeter and he goes to the free throw line. And then he misses the first one. it wasn't like UConn was like seizing the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to jump in just real quick. That I was preparing my takes for had the game not gone that way. I thought Dan Hurley coached an awful game up until they won the game.
Yeah.
They had the situation you're talking about. They had the shot clock violation in a huge moment. They had a weird down three dribble around. They could have fouled Ngangba and they chose not to.
There were so
all
many,
these things.
Yeah,
happened.
and when I remember the Houston one from last year, I remember Houston like seizing the moment. I remember thinking like Houston did this to Kansas when they played at Allen Fieldhouse and Houston just wouldn't die. That Houston team just will not die. Whereas tonight it was like I didn't really feel like UConn was that spectacular down the stretch until the final shot. It was just more that Duke just could not get out of their own way.
Yeah.
Crazy. You have a stat, Rick.
Duke lost 3 games this season. They had a 94.6 or higher win probability in all those games. Led by 17 against Texas Tech, 98% win probability, lost. Led by 13 against UNC, 94.6% win probability, lost. Led by 19 against UConn, 95.3% win probability.
We did have this conversation
lost.
in the middle of the game. We were like, I forget who
And
asked.
PFTS.
They
I didn't
lost
realize.
4 games in a year. It was the meltdown against Houston, meltdown against Texas Tech, meltdown against North Carolina, meltdown against UConn.
Yeah, PFT asked, well, do they blow leads in their losses? And we looked it up, and it was, yeah, they did.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, this is the theme.
Well, I guess the
Basketball.
question must be asked then, and we're gonna have to be the first to do it. UNC fired Hubert Brown for blowing a 19-point lead.
Hubert Davis.
Hubert Davis for blowing a 19-point lead. Does Duke have to fire John Shire?
That is crazy. Carolina and Duke both blew 19-point leads in the same tournament. That's crazy.
Can't make it up, boys.
What do you
In
got?
NCAA tournament history, 1 seeds were 134-0 in games where they led by 15 plus at halftime. That record is now 134-1.
I got one for you also, Titus.
Yeah, hit me with
Did
the
you
tape.
know their last 4 losses have been 95%
Yeah.
win percentage
No way.
or higher? Yep.
No way.
I'm going to
That's
be
the
like
first time a team has ever led by 19 and lost a tournament game in which they were favored.
when the Patriots
Yeah, Rick doesn't realize what just happened.
That's a repeat stat, Rick.
But that's okay.
Oh.
That's okay.
It was also the first. It was also the first buzzer beater in the Elite
I'm
Eight.
not listening. That's me.
keep doing what you do. Just
That's on me.
block out the outside noise. If you repeat
I
some, that's
blocked
okay.
it out too hard there.
when the Patriots beat the Falcons 28-3 game, I remember I just rewatched that game at home the next 3 weeks on loop. I might do that for this one.
Yeah.
We watched
That's
it
how
3
much
times.
I
Yeah.
loved.
We streamed it
watched
3
the final.
times.
Yeah. All right, we got to talk about Shire. I last show or last 2 nights ago, I've lost track of times. I don't know when we talked about it, but Duke advanced to the Elite Eight, and I made the point that Shire, as much as he's inherited perhaps the best program in college basketball, he deserves praise. He deserves recognition for having Duke back-to-back years, having them in these spots. He's lost. Now, this was the 5th loss, I think, in 2 years, something like that. How many did they lose last year? They lost more than that. They lost 4 last year. This was, I don't know. I'm losing my mind over here as I'm trying to remember numbers. But last year I was thinking of ACC losses. They basically ripped through the ACC last year. They ripped through the ACC this year. And you could say the ACC's down. All of that is fine. But he had 2 back-to-back years of Duke basketball that were unprecedented. It was the most wins in back-to-back seasons in Duke history. And I was like, the guy, as much as you want to say anybody could do that, there are a lot of coaches that take over great programs and don't keep it going in the way that he was keeping it going. I say all that to say I don't think it's an overreaction. They're not going to fire him. They shouldn't fire him. I'm not suggesting they fire him. I don't think it's an overreaction to walk away from today and say John Shire does have a very, very serious choking problem. This has happened so many times now where he is in a spot where you just cannot lose the game. It's impossible. It's never happened before. And this is a stat for you, Tate. I don't know if you knew this stat. Teams that are up 15 or more, 1 seeds that are up by 15 or more at halftime are 134-0 before tonight. And Duke lost this game. They were the first one ever.
So that mean
He's out here.
He's just
What?
does that mean it's 134
no way.
and 1?
There's just no way.
Does that mean it's 134 and 1?
That means it's 134.
Blocked out the outside
My
noise.
boy Rick is
Let me
just,
put my headphones
he's
back
in his own world right now. But he's doing shit that is actually unprecedented, and it's not a one-time thing. It's not a 2-time thing. It's not it just keeps happening over and over and over again. And the question is like, in the offseason, how do you not have this problem? How do you've coached basketball before, Tate? What are you supposed to do in the offseason? How does a coach that has this issue of choking these leads away, how do you fix that?
The problem is he's losing because the public is going to be doing this. He's going to lose credibility within his locker room of his players, if that makes sense. Like, our coach has a choking problem. That's a problem. I'll say this. I wanted to fight harder when we did this discussion the other day about which coach has the most to gain from winning a national championship. This is why it's John Shire. I felt it at the time. I get all those guys but now because of this loss, this reputation sticks with him. He can't win the big one. He has a choking problem, and he's going to have this until one thing happens, Titus. He's got to win national.
He's got to win the national.
He was the best team in the country last year.
Yeah.
He was the number 1 overall seed this year. No one gives a fuck next year if they start off the season 31-1 and they're the number 1 overall seed and they're cruising to the Sweet 16 unless he wins a national title.
They could be 32-0 and have won every game by 25 points heading into the NCAA tournament. Nobody's going to care.
Yep.
Nobody's going to care until really you could get all the way to the Final Four. Nobody's going to care, and then the season will start, and then we'll pay attention. I cannot believe
So awesome.
Shout out Caravan. I think I briefly mentioned it, but I'll mention it again. The 3 he hit, that was he was so bad. He couldn't hit anything.
He was 1 for 8 up to that point.
Well, he couldn't make a shot in the biggest moment, the biggest shot. Shout out, he hits that one. And shout out Caravan again, because he very easily could have pulled for the game winner, and he didn't. The steal happens,
Yep.
the ball gets thrown up to him.
I thought he was going to try and make a moment.
Yeah, I thought Alex Caravan is like, I'm the senior, I'm the guy, I'm the one who's going to hit this. And yeah, here let's watch it again.
I could watch this.
Right here. Caravan.
I thought he was pulling.
Yeah, I thought he was going to dribble to the side and throw it up, and he.
Can we watch this a couple times?
So wet.
I'm just trying to look at all angles. Like, do people stop? Do they?
All right. So
So
this
here,
is fine. This is good.
fine, good.
Freeze it right there.
That's the worst. I feel bad for.
You can't
I
blindly.
don't. Stop it, Tate.
I feel-
Just hold
It's
on to
Duke,
it.
man.
There's so many things he can do in that situation.
they
He can
don't
dribble out
lose-
of it. He can get fouled.
The Boozers have grown up winning everything that they've ever played in. They deserve a little bit of fucking humility.
Yeah.
That's the one thing
true.
you can't do, and I'm fine even throwing the pass. I'm not even mad at him for trying to throw the pass. I'm mad that he catches the ball and just turns and
Titus, he
you had all the time in the world to dribble to the side, to even just turn and don't jump, just turn and look and see 2 guys coming at you, and then make
Titus,
it. Look at this.
he-
He turns and
He can
dribble.
squat down and throw that ball to the fucking moon and let it come down in
Yeah.
7 seconds. He just can't throw it into that guy's hand.
And obviously, as analysts here,
Go back. Sorry.
sitting in our chairs, it's easy for us to say this, but it does look like it's kind of a take your time type of moment.
Cody, play it again. Freeze it right there.
Oh.
Freeze it right there. All right, now
Count you.
we're all going to go around. We're all going to go around and say something that he could have done that was better than what he did do. Hold on to the ball.
Get fouled.
Pass it around them.
Maybe a little pump fake and a bounce pass.
Okay. Drop kick it into the stands.
Hit one of them in the nuts with the ball.
Fucking traveled. Time out.
Stick the ball up his shirt and then squat into a ball like Klimmer does sometimes when he gets compact.
Throw it straight up in the air.
Yeah, there we go.
It would kill more time. Like that one. There was one NBA buzzer beater where the guy threw it straight up in the air.
Throw it straight up in the air.
Oh, what?
Brendan
what
Hayes.
Pass it to his dad in the stands.
Pass
what
it to
a moment.
Honestly, turn around and shoot at UConn's basket.
Yeah.
Not bad.
If
not a bad idea.
if he takes that ball and just throws up a shot at UConn's basket, if it goes
That'd be
in,
a long rebound.
if it goes in, how many points do they get? 2? I think they only get 2, or do they get 3 if he's behind the line?
Honestly,
That's actually a
we gotta
great
get
question. That's actually a
Oh,
great
Rico,
question.
we got
That's
reference
actually a
for-
great question. If he just would have turned and shot the ball,
It can't be a 3. It cannot.
I don't think it's a 3. I think it would be a 2.
Dude,
I think that I'm not even joking. I think if he did that, that would have been smarter than what he did.
And does the shot clock reset? I'm just thinking, is that a viable move in
there's
game?
6 seconds left. There's 6 seconds left. He takes the ball, throws it up at the rim. That's going to kill at least 3
You
seconds.
inbound it again.
dude,
Yeah.
the
That's-
thing
and you're-
about
and you're-
this,
yeah.
this wasn't a particularly hateable Duke team either on the scale of Duke hateability, but it just hits so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like this particular. Dude, I'm gonna have a wet dream tonight. I'm gonna have a wet dream about this.
All right, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I don't know why I'm being the Duke defender here, and people are going to say I hate UConn. This feels so good. There's nothing I'd rather have than this. Are you sad that we're not having a Duke in the Final Four for a choke? Do you know what I mean by that?
Like you'd rather this have happened in the national championship?
No, and the fill-in being Danny Hurley and UConn is as good of a fill-in as you can have. But we were at halftime of that game talking up about how we have the prestigious names and programs Final Four, and it was going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Are you sad that we've lost that at all?
I guess, but you now have a UConn team in the Final Four that we haven't been able to make. At least I haven't. I'll stop saying we haven't been able to make sense of all season. And this game just is the perfect microcosm for UConn. It's the perfect, like, if they did not play well, they won the game. And that's just how it's gone for most of the season. And you walk away from it and you're like, yeah, so now you're going to play a good Illinois team. I think Illinois is better. I think Illinois should win. But what the fuck? How the fuck could I count out UConn at this point? How could I have no idea what to make of this team. It makes no sense. They had three starters, three guys that just – you cannot be a one seed when three guys in Mullins and Caravan and Ball played as bad as they played. It's impossible to beat a one seed. It's impossible, and they did, and they beat him on at the buzzer. Terrace Reed was just that good. I don't know. So I'm excited for UConn to be in the Final Four because I think that's an interesting wrinkle to all of this. Is like UConn is not as good as UConn and Illinois don't feel like they're as good as Michigan and Arizona. It feels like Michigan Arizona winner is going to be your national champion, but how can you rule UConn out?
Well, that's what I
possibly rule them out.
That's what I want to say next. We do have game times, as you would expect. The first one is going to be UConn Illinois. The 8:49 game is going to be Arizona Michigan. Does anyone want to guess UConn Illinois line?
I'd say it's like
UConn minus
1.5.
2.5.
I would say Illinois is favored.
Yeah.
I would say Illinois is favored by 2.5.
Illinois has opened as a 2.5 point favorite
2.5?
over
Wow.
UConn, and then the Michigan Arizona line is going back to back. So I guess I'll open this up to the table. Dana Beers, you first. Is the national championship game being played at 8:49 Eastern on Saturday night?
Yeah, I said this yesterday. I think the winner of that game likely goes on to win the championship. I think Illinois does have a shot, and UConn. It's tough because out of UConn and Illinois, I feel way better about Illinois. And the crazy thing is, what's been the major storyline for us all year? Freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of leave Arizona as their own little entity, but Keaton Wagler is like the freshman that's left outside of Burries and Koa Pete. But we thought we were going to have Boozer and DeBonsa and Peterson involved maybe in a Final Four. It's Keaton Wagler. And Illinois, I think, if they hit their threes, they can beat anybody. But you got two buzzsaws on that right side of the bracket. So to me, yeah, it still comes on that side.
Yeah, I think both. Titus, you can go next, but I think both games are both individual games are toss-up games. So I like that about the Final Four. Do you think the national championship's been playing on Saturday?
No, I think the Arizona Michigan winner will be the favorite, obviously, but I don't think that's I don't think it's going to be a lopsided situation at all. I like UConn or Illinois to make a game of it for sure. Yeah, I do think Arizona, but like if you could reseed, that would be ideal probably. If you could figure out a way to set it up to have Arizona Michigan be for the national championship, that would be cool. But yeah, UConn.
I can't
imagine if they were shooting well tonight. What would have happened? That's what's crazy. They beat the number one team in this tournament, who was at full strength, quote unquote. By the way, we haven't talked about this. Not that this isn't an excuse. It's just like actually a hat tip to you for a good note. Because you pointed out Caleb Foster played well in his first game back. Didn't really do much tonight. And I don't know if it was the foot. I don't know if it was just
did not score.
Yeah, didn't score. He played
more turnovers than assists.
Yeah, he was
Played
not
less
good at all.
minutes.
And you called that like.
Yeah,
he played well, but then now you have to wake up the next morning. How does that foot going to feel? How explosive are you going to be in a quick turnaround? But having said all that, Duke had their full roster. Duke was the number one overall seed. They had lost 2 games by a combined 4 points, I think, this year.
Which they choked in both of those.
They choked in both of those. But they were so good, and UConn did not play well. And on the one hand, you're like, if they bring that effort against Illinois, they might be in trouble. If they try to, if you're down 2 late and you try to count on a crazy steal and a half-court shot to beat Illinois, what happens if it doesn't go in? That's you got to play better. But then again, are they going to go start 1 for 18 from the 3-point line? Probably not. I can't imagine they're going to be as bad as they were, and they still beat the best team in the country. It's crazy. Oh,
wow. Look at this.
What's it?
Number 1 seeds when leading by 15 at half.
Shit, who made this grab?
Cody.
Are they listening to Rick?
Cody, I sent you. I sent Mostly Hoops a video. Are we able to play it?
Another addition. We've talked a lot about their last 2 losses. Let's not forget the year before. 7-point favorites against DJ Burns and NC State, lost by 12. So that's
Lot to
3
think about.
straight tough years.
Here's that video.
For Boozer.
This is the Duke
Bobbled
call.
it back for Saar. Needs to get rid of it. Does for Caden. 7 seconds. Trying to throw it ahead. Deflected. Stolen by Connecticut. 2 seconds. It's Mullins up top for the win. Oh, he hit it. With 3/10 of a second to go.
Oh, he hit it.
Oh, he hit it.
Listen.
Oh, he hit it.
That should be a technical. But with 3/10 of a second
That's
to
what
go,
I wanted you guys to
Connecticut has
hear.
the lead,
No, play that again.
I will
Sorry,
s-
Dana.
That should be a technical.
Play that again.
Watch the bench.
Play the whole. I want to hear it. Play the whole thing because I want to hear him go. Oh, he hit
That
it.
should be a technical. I want you
Get it
guys
in, they
to.
do for Boozer. Bobbled it back
break
for
that
Saar.
down.
Needs to get rid of it. Does for Caden. 7 seconds. Trying to throw it ahead. Deflected. Stolen by Connecticut. 2 seconds. It's Mullins up top for the win. Oh, he hit it. With 3/10 of a second to go. Malachi Smith ran off the bench. That should be a technical. But with 3/10 of a second to go, Connecticut has the lead, 73-72.
That should be a technical.
Should be a technical.
My take is the Mark Titus of the world can make that point on Mostly Hoops. I don't know if the play-by-play
Yeah.
announcer should be like, well, hold on.
Now, hang on a second. That should be a technical.
Malachi Smith ran off the bench, boys.
That's a team.
We got to run this back. Put him back on the court.
Why did Isaiah?
Everyone's going crazy on the court. He's just looking like a hawk for technical.
What was Isaiah Evans doing? Watch it play it again.
Didn't even contest.
Why would you not? His hands don't
I haven't
go
even
above
looked
his
at-
waist.
I haven't looked at Duke's defense yet. I've just looked.
They don't
They do for
even.
Boozer. Bobbled it back for Saar. Needs to get rid of it. Does for Caden.
Oh, he
7
hit it.
seconds. Trying to throw it ahead. Deflected. Stolen by Connecticut. 2 seconds. It's Mullins up top for the
Didn't even
win.
get a hand up.
He doesn't
And
even
down, man
kind of
down.
put it.
3/10 of a second
I
to
think he
go.
was whopping that either way.
Shell-shocked.
Crazy.
Oh, what a beautiful day in this sport.
Crazy.
Man.
All right, guys.
It's an all-time choke, Tate. I can't stress it enough. I'm not a prisoner of the moment. That is historic shit that you just witnessed,
Yep.
and it happened back-to-back years. And I really thought that last year's choke against Houston was something that, that's the choke that I'll remember. It's not the worst in NCAA tournament history. I think I just had such a fondness for last year's Duke team, and I thought that they were so good, and I just didn't see a world where they weren't going to finish the job, and they felt like they could be an all-time great team if they beat Houston. So when they choked, I was like, that's probably the number one choke that I'll remember in college basketball. Like, that's probably when I'm old and I have grandkids and they ask me about the worst choke jobs I've ever seen. That'll probably be the first one I mention. And for less than a year later, the exact same team to have another one that's worse is crazy.
I've got a great footnote from Reegs on that. He said Malachi Smith ran off the bench. That should be a technical. Malachi Smith was on the court playing defense.
He was playing.
Yeah.
I will say, Titus, I want you
So
to
it should not have been a technical. Are you allowed?
I think you're allowed to
Are
be
you
on
allowed
the
to
court
celebrate
if
if you're on the court? Are you allowed to hug your teammate if you're on the court? Tate, in 2022, Mike Krzyzewski in the Final Four lost to his arch rival with the team that had a guy who looked like a fucking knockoff version of Larry Bird. Caleb Love, who was just Caleb Love and RJ Davis were just like they fucking hated each other at the time. That's the way the rumors were spreading, is that these guys didn't like each other. Carolina had no business. They were an 8 seed, Tate. You remember this?
Yep.
In 2022, the Final Four. That's Coach K's last game. That was 4 years ago.
redemption game, too.
That was 4 years ago. The idea that Duke has 4 years later at least 2 games, probably just 2, but 2 games that are more embarrassing and are more like, how the fuck did they lose that game in 4 years is insane. That's insane. Because I'm sitting here recalling my thoughts on the Houston choke last year. I was doing the same thing in 2022 when they lost to the Final Four. I was like, this is the worst Duke loss of all time. Nothing will ever get worse than this. How could it possibly get worse than this? Losing your rival, your legendary coach's last game. They're an 8 seed. They
Got worse, Mark.
It got worse, and then it got worse again. And I say all that to say, as I sit here right now, I want to see how much worse it can get. I can't wait for next year. As much as I want to say this has got to be the worst thing that Duke fans have ever felt, probably not. We'll probably
maybe it'll
be
be the next one seed to go down to a 16.
All I'm asking.
Hold on, John Fanta has a stat for us. One seeds were 134-0 when leading by 15 plus. Oh, good note, John. Good note.
Nice.
134-0 when leading by 15 plus at halftime.
Titus, all I'm asking out of you is don't be a prisoner of the moment. Sleep on it, and then tomorrow, why don't you discuss on Mostly Sports what was the bigger choke job? The other thing, shout out to chat. We're over 4,100 right now. That's our all-time record. Like the stream. Duke puts asses.
Thank you, everybody.
In seats.
We love you.
And the final thing before we move on to the next game, a lot of people in the chat saying Titus and Tate would call for a T if it was against Ohio State, and White Boy Rick and Dana would. Let me tell you this.
What do you mean?
If the other team hit a game winner and ran out onto the court, they're like, we don't think it's a problem now, but if it was Ohio State, we'd cry. No fucking shit.
Yeah, and he was in the game, right? Isn't that what?
Someone did leave the bench.
Oh, someone left the bench?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to look at it. I'll have to review the tape.
I'll be the first to say, if it came against Ohio State, no fucking shit.
Chat,
If against Indiana, I'm winding that shit back.
There's one thing
20
we can
times looking for something.
all just agree on universally. Duke lost. Let's just
Duke lost.
Fuck it. It's not a tech.
And America won.
Okay.
That should be a technical.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it is time to move on. There was, believe it or not, a second game today. I don't know if you can necessarily call it a game. Michigan.
Coach K's final game in Cameron Indoor Stadium was against North Carolina. He lost that game, Tate, and after the loss, he had to give a speech to the student body where he told them to shut up. Where he told them, where he was just like, they started clapping for him, like trying to make him feel better, and he was like, shut up. In that moment, I said to myself, this can't possibly get worse. This has to be the lowest moment a Duke fan will ever feel in their life. Less than a month later, in New Orleans, in the Final Four, they lost. And I said to myself, it can't get – this is crazy. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm sorry. Go ahead. But this is just like – is
it true?
It's been 4 –
Is it true that Hubert Davis has more Final Four wins than John Shire?
Oh, that was Pitt. I might have crossed wires there. That was against Pitt, but no, they were like trying to clap him up, and he was just like, no, quiet, everybody be quiet. And then he gave a speech, and it was the saddest thing you'd ever seen, except it was so fucking funny. And then he turned around and lost to the exact same North Carolina team in the Final Four to end his career, Tate. That was 4 years ago, and they have 2 losses that are worse than that. This is incredible. This is incredible. What a world.
All right.
Thank God we got a good game.
Try to move on.
Speak now or forever hold.
No, I don't give a fuck, dude. Say whatever you want to say. I'm gonna keep peppering in.
I'm going to try to move on to the Midwest Regional, where today here in Chicago, Michigan, we joke around about this. We say belt to ass is used too much in this sport. Michigan went belt to ass on Tennessee.
Yaxel is the owner of belt to ass now in college.
He is the one using it the most. Michigan was up 48-26 at halftime. Folks, they finished the game 95-62. Yaxel went for 27 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. I'm not saying Tennessee was the most formidable opponent in the Elite Eight, but they also weren't necessarily the biggest Cinderella in the world. Michigan stamped it, curb stomped them. Dana Beers,
Yes,
what did
sir.
you think on? Well, you were live in the house.
I was
What
in the house.
vibes?
I was at the United Center, and I'll tell you this. I don't know if you guys kind of feel the same way about when you go to a game in person and you view things a little bit differently. But what I saw from Yaxel was like just so wildly more impressive than what I saw on TV.
The real deal.
Anytime he got the ball, he would make the right read. He would make the right play, and he was just so in control. And seeing it in person, it's like, okay, this guy is the most important guy on the court. And he's far and away the best player on the court. I mean, when the game first started, I think Tennessee hit the first 3 of the game. It was 3-0. I'm like, okay, they're going to have to make more of these. It was a ridiculous 3. I think it was like a step back, whatever. I'm like, they're going to have to hit 15 of those to be in this game. And you saw Gillespie try to make like some hero threes. And as soon as a couple of them didn't fall and Michigan went on a run, it was over. So the most impressive thing to me was just seeing how Yaxel just knows exactly what to do anytime he gets the ball. And they are just so in sync. They're so well-oiled. And, it was a beatdown. We left with 12 minutes left in the second half. We're like, this is over.
I mean, Charlie May scored in the Elite Eight.
He did.
Rick called him the human victory cigar, but to see Charlie May in there scoring on Tennessee, Rick, what'd you have to think of the Wolverines today?
Yeah, I said it yesterday. Just a horrible matchup for Tennessee. They were able to get on the glass pretty solid rate, but I mean, with what they want to do and how they want to out physical you and beat you in the paint, you throw that at Mara, Merez Johnson, and Yaxel. It was just a disaster of a matchup for them. And yeah, Michigan's firing on all cylinders at the most important time of the year. I think I would probably say they're my favorite to win.
Yeah,
it all
they're
right now.
they're well constructed.
Yeah.
Yaxel keeps talking about it. Now it's the media talking about it. But this team has size. This team has length. They've been shooting the ball well. They've got depth. Apparently, they've got what the fuck is March Roddy? And Titus, you want to chime in?
I do want to chime in, Tate. I want to say this. I forgot in 2021 that Duke withdrew from the ACC tournament because they knew they weren't going to win and they were going to miss the NCAA tournament, and so they had an excuse for when they missed the NCAA tournament. It was COVID. COVID was the reason. So 2021, they're 13-11 going into the ACC tournament.
Wait,
What?
a full year after COVID?
2021.
Okay.
They're going into the ACC tournament. They say we have COVID in our locker room, so we can't play in the ACC tournament, and our season's going to end.
That's a long time after
in the name of safety.
the initial outbreak.
Then the following year was when Coach K lost to North Carolina at home, and then he went on to lose in the Final Four to North Carolina. And then 4 years later, we're here.
Okay, yeah, that's
They probably
important.
They probably didn't have a ton of talent.
What were you
on
asking
this.
me
And a
about?
reminder, Titus, we're just discussing Michigan's size and length against Tennessee
Okay,
right now.
okay.
This Michigan team won by 33 today, Titus.
Uh-huh.
We're talking about the.
I'm lost, dude.
You're like,
I'm lost in it.
This reminds me when you get mad, like when Stallions came in and you're like, "Well, we've lost Tate for the night."
Uh-huh.
Your nose is in your phone.
Tate, did you watch that game? They were up
Yeah.
19, Tate. Dude, they hit a fucking half-court shot.
Who gives a fuck about letting
Who cares about Michigan winning by 40, dude? When you're 9,000 years old, you will be like, I cannot believe that UConn was 1 for 18 from the three-point line at one point in this game. And if you would have paused the shot as Braylon Mullins was going to shoot it, and you would have asked anybody in the room, will he even hit the backboard? I think all of us would have been like, no. He has not even come close to making these threes. Couldn't hit shit all day. Nothing but net, Tate.
And would you like to
Anyway,
comment?
Michigan is really good. I'm not even trying to avoid talking about Michigan. I just can't take my mind anywhere but UConn Duke. Michigan is yeah, they're good. They're good. I'm excited. Arizona, Michigan is going to be all-time shit. It's going to be
Top two teams in KenPom.
it's
People
going
are
to be
saying
fucking war.
two of the top four of all time. A lot of hype.
Yeah.
A lot of hype surrounding this. I don't necessarily care. The way the bracket works is that they just play each other.
I got a stat for you. Duke is the first team.
I'm trying my best. I'm trying.
Duke is the first team on KenPom with the net rating higher than 35 to not make the Final Four. Their rating was 37.29. That's where they clocked.
That is higher than 35.
Yeah, they're the first team in the history of KenPom going back.
Did
to
you see KenPom getting his dick sucked?
1997, I think.
KenPom was getting his dick sucked at halftime, which makes sense. The four teams remaining were about to be Michigan, Arizona, Duke, Illinois.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, people that were sucking his dick. There's a reason that they're the top four teams. It's because they've all won 4 straight games and they're all getting ready to play the Final Four.
Right.
But with that being said, tough loss for our boy KenPom as well. Connecticut 9th.
Yeah.
He just lost a true crown jewel in his rankings.
Mm-hmm.
So
over the past decade, Duke has produced 9 top 5 picks in 2 Final Fours, 0 national titles.
Here's another stat.
Brandon Ingram, Jason Tatum, Marvin Bagley, Zion, R.J. Barrett, Paolo, Cooper Flagg, Colin Knippel, Cam Boozer have combined for 0 titles.
Great stat, Rick. This match is the longest drought. This will set it because now it'll be 12 years since. This is going to be the longest drought Duke has ever had since Mike Krzyzewski was hired in 1980.
Cody, show the play again. Fuck it.
What's this? What are we looking at?
That's when they hit it.
I also watched.
Fucking inject this in my fat ass veins.
Dude.
I watched.
Cody, can you make that the thumbnail?
That's a tough face.
Inject it.
No,
in my
that's a
fat
tough
veins.
face.
I watched a
That's
bit
a
of the
tough
post-game
face.
presser. Shire said that it was an accomplishment for them to even be able to play today with all the injuries.
What the fuck? Shut up.
Boozer had a black eye. There was a foot injury they had to go through.
Did anyone get punched? Anyone get punched?
I would respect if Shire said.
Did Shire get punched?
Yeah, if he said one of my guys got clocked.
Yeah, I mean, if he was like, I'm happy for UConn, but I will say in their celebration,
Classless.
one of my guys got fucking clocked in the face. Michigan is unbelievable. I'm sorry, Tate. You badly want me to talk about Michigan.
I don't. I'm just trying.
I forgot you're a Michigan man, and you want me to glaze
It's
Michigan.
not true.
Congratulations to Caden and Cameron Boozer. Both made the East All-Region team.
Oh, wow.
So
that's
okay.
That's something to go home
You
with.
got to take Caden Boozer off of that after that. You have to.
And Terrace Reed was your most outstanding player.
Good.
Obviously.
He deserves it.
Can I? If we're talking all regions, can I whine about Acuff for a second?
Acuff was
We're all over the place. Is Darius Acuff not an all-region player?
That was crazy.
That's crazy.
I don't understand.
He was.
How he.
Yeah,
how
this
he
is
got left off the
bullshit.
West.
Good job, Cody.
Yeah.
That was quick, Cody.
That was quick.
Like, if you're telling me we're only not doing it off the Elite Eight teams, you're telling me Darius Acuff wasn't one of the best players in the region.
Yeah,
the
that
man
doesn't make
took
any
over the
sense.
fucking
Doesn't
tournament.
make any sense. Braden Smith shouldn't be on there, for being honest with ourselves. Darius Acuff should be on there ahead of them.
Braden Smith played horrible.
Yeah. Braden Smith was not good.
I don't know how we talk about anything else, Tate. I just don't.
Tate, I know. Anything else you want to say about Michigan?
No, okay, let's
Or
go to
go back
Tennessee.
there.
You just tell me to guide the show and drive it around. I'm trying to get you guys some topics here. Nate Ament, 2 of 12,
Yeah.
7 points.
Played bad.
Thanks for coming to college.
Yeah.
Anyone got a
Titus.
Fuck it.
Titus just doesn't even look up.
Cody, play
over
the last shot again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
Just one more.
They were up 19.
They're up 19, Tate.
They were up
See,
19.
All you have to do, freeze it right there.
Oh, they had
Go
two.
back.
Wait, I'm learning something new.
2-on-0.
They had-
But why doesn't
back
he
there.
look left? Like, watch this.
He had 2 off.
He doesn't have to pass it to that guy. He had that guy. Isaiah Evans down
Isaiah
there.
Evans is down there, yeah. And then Isaiah Evans comes running
I
back.
love watching frame
Can
by
you
frame.
Watch Isaiah Evans' hands so he's got him down, and then the shot goes up, and then he still keeps him down, and then he goes, oh, fuck.
Can I see something again,
Oh,
Cody?
fuck.
Before they pass it to the last boozer, can you freeze it? So before. Okay, so that is 100% the most obvious correct pass.
All of this is great.
Yeah.
Everything's
Yep, yep,
fine.
yep.
You turn, you face, you don't dribble, and then you either let them foul you or you try to dribble around them, or you
Dribble.
just create some space to make the pass. Don't
think-
try to, when you're the shortest guy on the floor, don't try to jump up and throw a pass over everybody.
I have
That's
concluded-
crazy.
I've added he can literally roll the ball to Isaiah, like literally bowl it to Isaiah
Yeah.
Evans. But I've concluded that the right move is dribble.
Dribble is what
The
you
right
do, though.
move is dribble, because worst case scenario, you get fouled and you're on the free throw line. Best case scenario is you went around him. It's 3-on-0. You get your.
Is
So awesome.
that a worse turnover than mine on the Juggernauts?
No.
No,
No,
nothing. Nothing
Rick,
worse.
shut up.
Okay.
And don't forget, by the
It was
way,
worth a shot. It was worth a shot.
don't forget, by the way, in 2024 when they lost to NC State, they had lost to NC State in the ACC tournament earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They had already
Great point, Mark.
Like they were upset by NC State in the ACC tournament, and you would have thought that maybe you watch the film, you learn a thing or two, you fix some mistakes. No, and then NC State just smoked them by 12, and that was 2023 or 24. I'm sorry, and then 25. Of course, they lost to Houston 26.
I remember that one. It was at my bachelor party, Fort Lauderdale, at a casino. I remember what
my
happened.
God.
Do you remember what happened?
I was looking at this. I don't even know what game we're talking
You
about.
don't know Houston Duke? Do you remember what happened in that one?
Last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Remember that?
Do you remember?
Technical?
Yeah, just the whole thing.
Yeah, it was-
remember that?
I had $1,000 on Duke. It was my biggest bet of all
Do
time.
you remember when they lost to Tennessee in the second round and Kyle Filipowski was like basically crying because Tennessee was so physical with him and he just kept looking at the refs and was going to cry? Remember when they were playing at Wake Forest and Wake Forest stormed the court and then Kyle Filipowski did cry? Try to find that picture, Cody.
You know what you should do, Titus? You should talk to your Chicago boys. You guys should have a Duke draft. Duke's funniest moments.
The
Duke's
funniest,
worst moments.
the funniest we might just do that on Mostly Sports
Fuck it.
tomorrow. I might just do that for Mostly Sports tomorrow. I gotta get Big Cat. I gotta go call Big Cat. Have him come on Mostly tomorrow.
Everyone, you guys, you know how sometimes you do like a walk-in policy on Mostly Sports? Like,
Yeah.
come in and share this. Everyone just pops in and shares.
This is
one.
a great idea. This is a great idea, Tay. This is what we're doing on the show tomorrow.
Just
Everybody
pop-
share your favorite funny Duke moment. Holy shit. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry. I could do this. Like, it is kind of incoherent. We're just popping all over the place, but I could do this for
I think
honestly,
people. I
but-
would assume people are enjoying this.
No, they are. This again. We're now at 4,300. This is shout out, like the stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see what else Cody came up with. Cody, I don't want to get you on the spot now, but do you have a proper roast for this? Like you didn't know you were roasting Duke until
I just wrote one.
Okay, that's fine. Save it.
Fair,
We'll save it.
fair.
So we have a Final Four. We're going to the Final Four. Everyone here is going to the Final Four. Am I understanding this correctly?
That's right.
So we will be boots on the ground. Now we are going to do shows on We're going to do mostly hoop shows that are just after the game, Saturday and Monday. And if you're saying to yourself, what about like some sort of preview? What about whatever? We're going to do it. We're doing a mostly sports on Saturday, actually. So I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but I want you guys to come on mostly sports.
Fuck yeah.
We'll kind
Nice.
of do it there.
Let's do it.
We will also have like social content going out that whole weekend of what the boys get up to.
We're gonna be pumping out a ton of shit, and we're doing Barstool Radio as well. So like, there will be preview type content. It's just not. We're not gonna sit down and do a pod like with just us four. But I wanted to put that out there. But we're doing mostly sports, boots on the ground, live from Indianapolis on Friday. Then we're doing a special bonus one on Saturday morning before the games. We will do this show Saturday night after the games. We'll do this show Monday night after the national championship.
We'll have a vlog too.
We'll have a vlog. We have all that to look forward to. And everybody's invited to my parents' house on Sunday.
Let's
go.
Fuck yeah.
Invited to my parents' house.
I know you guys will get. I know you want
That's
more.
big.
Well, you're not now because you got way too excited. That was weird.
I have more Duke stuff for you guys. The chat is telling us that we absolutely need to get Cody to find the student radio call. Chat, send it to Cody.
Find the student
Apparently,
radio
the
call.
student radio.
Also,
call's
Cody,
better.
while you're at it, like while we're doing it, can you find Coach K's speech to the kids after they lost to North Carolina? Because I did conflate the two of when he told them to shut up, we don't. He's one of ours, and said stop booing Capel when Pitt was there. But then I remember him like, no.
Yeah, it's
when
important to differentiate
they all tried to like.
So Coach K, UNC, you said?
Yeah, Coach K's speech to the fans after he lost to North Carolina, his last game in Cameron Indoor Stadium. God, this was incredible. I needed this so badly.
Work on it.
I needed this so badly. I really did. And Duke, Dana, you said it. Like, this Duke team is not hateable. It's been like a talking point since K retired that Shire's making him a little more likable. I loved last year's team, and I felt really weird about it, but I also couldn't deny like how much I enjoyed watching them play. And I just love like Knipple and Flag and on down the line. Proctor was great. Malawach was great. Sion James was great. Like I just loved watching that team play basketball, and I was like, I can't pretend to hate them when I just don't. They're
right.
Like at a certain point, this reflects poorly on me. So I've had like an identity crisis, and I needed something like this to happen. So when they choked last year, I sort of felt bad, to be honest. Like I was like, this sucks for these guys that they're gonna have this haunt them for the rest of their lives. I don't feel that tonight. I am just cackling with laughter, and it's so bad. And I think Shire pretending like he got punched in the face in North Carolina was the moment that it's now freed me.
Still no video.
Freed me to hate them again.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
This isn't part of the program. This is impromptu by me. I'm sorry about this afternoon. Please, please, everyone be quiet. It's unacceptable. Today was unacceptable. But the season has been very exciting.
Freeze it right there. That happened 4 years ago. Like 4 years is a long time.
That.
I know 4 years, like it can feel like an eternity.
Yeah.
That's really not that long ago.
Oh my God, I've never seen.
And that happened. And when this happened, you thought to yourself, "This is the funniest shit that I'll ever see happen to Duke basketball."
Oh
and
my goodness.
And then there's been 3 funnier things that have happened.
All right.
Find the student call.
Apparently, there's some people are saying it's the same one.
Take
So
off Fed bad info.
they've been great to us all day, but
That's a technical.
Oh, it was
that's
the exact
same clip. So
It
technical.
was the exact same clip.
Rick
Rick Barnes is 100% committed to come back to Tennessee. I have a question for the room. Are we? I don't know who's asking all these coaches, but should they be? Why is like every coach that has one gray hair on his head when he loses in the NCAA tournament? If you have one gray hair on your head and you go to the podium, they just go, "Are you coming back next year? Or are you retiring?"
I have
You're getting old, man. You're getting old. Are you coming back?
Yeah, my take on that is the same with it's an annoyance I have with the transfer portal as well. You now have to release graphics being like, and I am coming back for my sophomore season.
Yeah, there should be no "I'm coming back" graphics.
It should not have been breaking news that Rick Barnes, like, no shit, Rick Barnes is coming back. There wasn't necessarily a question of it. If you're a sophomore and you're not going to the NBA and you don't say you're going to the transfer portal, yeah, you're coming back. That's how school works.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
But that's how they've been doing it with everyone. It's because of Self, right? Just 'cause
Yeah.
Self just kind of hinted that maybe.
But also,
everyone
there's
else-
a way to do it in funny ways too. Like I need someone in John Shire's postgame press conference to ask if he's coming.
If he's
back.
retired, yeah. If you did it to John Shire, then I would not care. 'Cause
Right.
You're doing it to every coach at that point. And that would, oh my God, can you imagine, Tate? Someone raising their hand and be like, Coach, I have a question. You thinking about hanging it up
Like that's
this offseason?
Oh, the picture gets me every time. But no, Titus. If,
Zoom in on his face, can you? Zoom in on Shire's face. Zoom.
Cody, can I request a graphic?
What's up?
I want this face, and I want like is not retiring or like plans to
Yeah, we'll be back next year.
has confirmed he will be back to Duke.
Do you have that? Do we have that technology? Can you like zoom it like comically close? Just like his face is almost taking up the entire screen. Like I just want, I want more. Zoom in.
Chat's making me laugh out loud tonight. Titus, this would be a great time for you in the press conference to say,
That's 500 Zoom. That's the farthest to go.
John Shire, and do you have a message to the haters?
Message to the haters.
Would have been. I want to be in a newspaper game so bad where it's like if you ask that question, he has to answer it. Then it's a headline.
Absolutely,
Like-
dude. Shire needs the Jaguars. The Jaguars fucking lady. What was her name? The lady that was like. Remember the?
Oh, Max.
No.
Remember the speech the Jaguars lady gave to Cohen when he lost,
yeah.
and he's like, "Young man,
You had a magnificent season.
yeah.
you keep your head up, young man."
We need that.
Most magnificent of a season, she said.
Oh man,
What a day.
what a day!
That was heading towards a bad day. And the
I-
best
I-
day.
This I cannot believe that this. I still think that like I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and they're gonna be like, "Oh, we saw that the foot was on the line,"
Yeah.
and like Duke actually great shot, but Duke is actually gonna move on. Like UConn's not actually gonna. I can't believe that happened. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Now we have a Final Four. All four teams, I think, can win it. Obviously, the teams on the right side of the bracket are going to be favored, but UConn and Illinois is playing unbelievable basketball. UConn didn't tonight, but that's almost gives you more confidence in them. That's like you got the stinker out of the way against the number 1 overall seed.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, Illinois is not better than Duke, you know? Like,
Correct.
if they can beat Duke, of course they can beat Illinois. And then and Duke already beat Michigan, so you start doing transitive stuff. I mean, of course UConn has a chance. How could they not have a chance? How could Illinois not have a chance? So I reject the premise that the right side is the national championship. Sure, they're going to be favored, and they probably will win. But storylines too. You got transfer. Terrace Reed might play Michigan, his old school. Kylan Boswell might play Arizona. Morez Johnson might play his old school, Illinois.
Not a
The
huge
Illinois-Michigan final.
Not a huge storyline, but do you remember the last time Illinois played UConn in the tournament? Wasn't that the 30-0 run?
30-0 run.
Yeah.
That's right.
Notable
30
moment.
in the Elite Eight, yeah.
Big Ten's got 2 teams in there. Might finally break the.
How many does SEC have?
Yeah, we could get
That's a
Oh,
great
they don't
point.
have
they have 0.
Great point, Tate.
Okay.
We could get with Illinois and Michigan, we could have the Big Ten hasn't won a title since 2000 streak broken.
Mm-hmm.
With Arizona, we could have the no team west of Texas is the line everybody
Yep.
draws, and no team in the western half of the United States has won since '97. And with UConn, no UConn team has won since 2024. So
Streaks are meant to be
Been
broken.
a tough
I will
year.
say,
After all that
it's been
talk,
2 long years since UConn won it. So
after all that talk of that region with the coaches and everything, it's just it's Hurley again.
yeah.
He's
He
back
came
where he
out on top.
belongs.
3 and 4 years.
After all
now.
that-
you got to tip your cap.
shout out to I want to tip my cap. I almost forgot to Rick for was it last night? I think 2 nights ago, the last couple nights, you said that you anticipated UConn Duke to be an all-time game. That you thought like you said, fuck it, I'm gonna make the call. It's an
Titus,
all-time
I think that was you actually that did that.
Oh, that was me?
Yeah.
No, fuck that. I just
that was
remember
me that
something.
said that?
I want VAR. VAR. What's the account where if you knew something?
Flaming hot takes.
Remember how I
This
closed?
guy knew.
Do you remember how I closed the first half of the stream today? And then
Oh, yeah, you did.
hooked
You did.
my
You
ass.
did. You
I said,
said-
all right, guys, we're slating up. I expect this to be an incredible finish. And you
yeah.
said, bullshit.
Bullshit. Because it was bullshit. You didn't expect that.
All right.
That was bullshit. I thought you were actually tipping your cap to me for something.
I thought you said that. Did you?
No.
You didn't say that?
You knew you said that.
Oh, I said that.
You said to me before the show, pull up the
did
clip.
You mixed it up.
That's easy to get confused.
I'm sorry.
I was
Easily
so ready to
confusable.
receive
We
a
say a
compliment.
lot of things.
I was so ready.
talk
to
a lot
receive
on this
compliment.
program.
But in all seriousness, did you pull the clip?
I can. I've been here. and I've been looking at
So
stats.
you couldn't pull that clip. But what was the clip you pulled the other day that you just?
Yeah, well,
I pulled a clip over just Hofstra making the tournament. I pulled.
There was one that you pulled that you're like, I pulled this in the first.
Oh,
half.
I pulled
And
me calling St. John's beating Duke when they were up 10, and they did not beat Duke.
That's what it was.
I was just prepared.
All right. To tie things up,
we can wrap it up.
super excited for next week. Shout out to this room, first of all. We've streamed every single game.
Yeah.
We've gone live every single night. Shout out to chat that's been with us the whole time. We're super excited to close this out in Indianapolis with the Final Four. Cody, you got a good roast for us? You got one opportunity at this.
This is your last roast on your home court.
Yeah. Every time a boozer touched the ball, it reminded me of a Too Short song. Blow the whistle. Bitch!
I don't get it, but the bitch made me laugh.
All right.
I think he was because he gets fouled a lot. Is that what you're?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Too Short. I don't know that song. Who's Too Short?
That's it. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
Isn't that like Gilly's song?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You didn't sing.
Cody, are you going to Indy?
Yeah.
Are you gonna do roast
If I have your blessing, yeah.
Saturday, Monday? All right. Well, after that one, I don't know, but
All right.
we'll see it through to the finish.
And I ended on a sour note.
Yeah.
Hurley
Sucks.
was this shy of missing the Final Four, but John was a little shyer.
There you
There
go.
we go. All right.
Much better.
Hey, we'll see all you guys in Indianapolis. Congrats to UConn. What a shot. What a moment. Braylon Mullins, Indiana Mr. Basketball is the hero. Goodbye, everybody.
See you guys.
And all is right in the world.